requested item or question that I get. And it is important for especially a woman's confidence and men, because my dad was showing me his stomach earlier tonight, so I guess it affects men just as much as it does women. But with summer coming up and we're wearing smaller clothes and we're wearing bikinis and we just want to feel confident. And honestly, wanting to feel confident in your physical figure is not at all wrong. It's completely normal, and I think it's a very important part of the overall confidence spectrum. It's not the only thing, because obviously mentality is the key that we're going for here. But anyways, we are talking about getting rid of belly chub tonight. And as much as I would like to stand up here and tell you that it's as easy as just giving it a little snip off with the scissors, it's not. And honestly, most of us, if we eat normally, we have a belly chub at some point in the day. So my top 3 tips for this are kind of the 3 things that I feel are the most important, and something that a lot of people, A, pay a ton of money for, which it's honestly something you can completely do yourself. B, this is information you can get on Google. It's not like I am pulling this out of a hat and it's secretive information, but my hope is that the way that I can explain it to you is something that you understand and are able to implement. So that's my goal here. So the first thing that I think is the most important to know when it comes to toning up, if you even want to say that. I hate that phrase because toning up just means strengthening your muscles. But the first thing is that any area that is flabby is an underdeveloped muscle. So your core is a little different in the sense that the stomach is in the core, so obviously any food that goes into the stomach is shown typically in the bottom or lower abdomen area. In your arms, especially for women who feel like the little chunks of skin in the bra area or in the back of the arm, like the chicken wings or whatever people call them, those are seriously undeveloped muscles. So honestly, picking up some 5 or 10 pound weights is probably going to help those areas. The second thing is that if you want to spot train your stomach, like tone your stomach or flatten it out, you have to look at the overall picture from everything from the core, which is your shoulder, all the way down to your hips. So the whole entire core is important in this. Even though we're only looking at this area, it's everything in the core. So the first tip that I have is to eat more meals from home. You are honestly saving so many calories and so much extra processed chemicals and additives by eating your food at home. Now, I'm the first to admit I don't love to cook, nor do I cook really ever, but buying food at the grocery store that you're able to prepare on your own, such as a frozen cauliflower crust for pizza or berries and yogurt, like I use in the morning, I do almond milk yogurt, blueberries, and granola. And if I were to get that from a restaurant or from a gas station, I have no idea how many calories are in that actual yogurt or how much sugar is in it or the carbs or whatever it is. I have no idea. Versus if I make it from home, just like I shared on, I think it was Sunday about my breakfast, about how much protein was in it on Instagram. I know exactly what I'm eating and I'm able to kind of modify from there. So eating at home will save you a lot of money and a lot of calories and unwanted additives in your food, especially like the fat content, the sodium, just so many things. Eat from home. Save your money, stock up at the grocery store, and make food that makes you feel good. Because honestly, it can get really boring with the food in your cupboards if you don't like what's in there. So get food that looks exciting. Even if you get, like I said, frozen cauliflower pizza, you are saving so many gross things by making it at home than you are ordering out. The second most important thing in toning up or flattening out your stomach is being mindful of the amount of sugar you eat. I am in no way, shape, or form telling you not to eat sugar because I'm one to talk. I literally had a few donuts today. But when you are mindful of how much sugar you're eating, you can keep track so that you don't go overboard. And typically the way that we go overboard with sugar is we feel mentally fogged. So yes, we might be bloated, but we probably won't bloat until the next day. Most people are kind of follow that pattern. So watch that mental fog and that just overall gross feeling after you eat a ton of sugar. It's the recommended daily intake for women under the nutritional, I can't remember, health organization, some national statistic, is that women should eat about 25 grams of added sugar a day. 25 grams, which is not a lot. Most yogurts contain more than 25 grams. And the way that I learned, again, this is a little bit out of my scope, but the way that I learned to detect how much sugar is in a product is you add the carbohydrates and the sugar together, because ultimately the carbs turn into sugar in your body. Again, don't quote me on that, but just keep a loose eye out. In fact, about a month ago, I was at the grocery store with my aunt, and she asked me, hey, I drink these naked smoothie juices, you know, the ones in the square like containers. She said she drinks those, and she was like, those are good for me, right, if I'm skipping out on breakfast? And I actually looked up the amount of sugar in it, and there were over 80 grams of sugar in that small little naked smoothie container. And there's probably more, but from what I can remember, the number 80 sticks out. And 80 grams of sugar. That is almost quadruple the amount of sugar, just about 3/4 over the amount of sugar, or 3 times the amount of sugar that you are supposed to get in a day. Yes, the advertising says that it's full of vitamins and nutrition and all of those things. However, be mindful of the amount of sugar you're eating, because it is hidden in so many different areas. And I'm not talking bread, I'm talking chocolate cake and donuts. Like me today, I was bad. But you know what? Once in a while, you gotta live, right? I was eating the donuts thinking, okay, here I am gonna talk about how much sugar you shouldn't eat at night, but as long as you're mindful of it. Tonight I ate the donuts, so tomorrow I probably won't eat any added sugar other than my yogurt in the morning. You don't have to give it up. By no source of the word should you give up sugar, because I think that would bring a lot of sadness to most people, and again, we're promoting health to promote happiness, so be mindful of your sugar. The third tip is proper gut health. For those of you who are unaware of this new gut health trend, it talks about how the food that we eat can actually change the bacteria in our gut, and our gut is technically known as our second brain, such as a gut instinct. There are a lot of chemicals in the gut that help digestion, that help drive our mood and our decision making, and it's just as important as feeding the brain the proper amount of food. So your brain is made up of about 60% lipids, so anyone who tells you to go on a no-fat diet, cut them out of your life. But also, with the gut health, it's important to get enough dietary fiber, which is through straight fruits and vegetables and whole grains, and eat a decent amount of probiotic foods or fermented foods, because that just kind of helps things move the right way in the gut. I don't know the exact science on it. This is just kind of generally speaking, so if you want to do more research, I encourage you to do so. However, some of the fermented foods that are helpful to eat include kefir, kombucha, which is like that fizzy drink a lot of people drink. I said kefir. Kimchi, which tastes okay, but you could probably dress it up to taste a little bit better. And kabasi. Kabasi is another good one. Things that are fermented, things that are a little bit sour typically. Any type of fermented foods, dietary fiber will get things moving. You can get a green juice to help you supplement if you don't drink enough, or if you don't eat enough fruits and veggies during the day. Just watch the sugar, going back to the second tip, and that should help you out if those 3 things you focus your mind on. So we have eat more food at home. Most of the time, people who struggle with bloating and weight are not eating from home as often as they should. I personally I would like to think about 85 to 90% of my meals from home. I maybe eat 1 or 2 meals out during the week. And that's made such a huge difference in the way that I feel, the energy that I have, the energy that I feel I can give during the day, and I can maintain, and just proper digestion. Number 2 is sugar. Be mindful of your sugar. And fruits and veggies, I don't really like to include in that, because fruits and veggies are so necessary for the proper digestion, which leads into the third one, which is gut health. But be mindful of the processed sugar you're eating. So again, if you eat out, you're probably getting a lot more sugar than you are at home. And the third tip is to watch your gut health, which is fermented foods are very helpful for it, and dietary fiber, which comes from fruits and veggies. So that's my video tonight. It's shorter and sweeter, but honestly, I felt like those 3 things were the most important to help you get the body that you feel the most confident in for summer. A few short things before I go. This Saturday I'm going to be at the Live Well Willoughby event, which is free and open to all in the park in the middle of downtown Willoughby from 9 to 1. Pray that it doesn't rain, please. I'll be selling journals, which that's sort of the pre-order day. You can get the journal in person until they officially release on Sunday on my website at 10 a.m. They are $21 each, and they are such beautiful little awesome journals. I will show you mine really quick. For those of you who have never heard of them, they are a daily habit tracking journal that puts more of a focus on intention, intuition, and inner peace versus the numbers, such as calories or steps taken, because we're doing this healthy lifestyle for you to feel good. So if you start your day asking yourself, how do I feel? What's my intention? Is my intention something mindful, such as, do I want to be more patient today? Or is my intention that I have to get these 2 groceries at the store or else my boyfriend will kill me? Either one of those will work perfectly fine. Daily gratitude. What am I thankful for? What delicious food am I eating during the day? Instead of telling yourself you have to eat a salad to make you skinny, tell yourself, I want to feel delicious. I want to feel beautiful and fuel my body with things that make me feel good. How did I move my body today? Most days for me when I'm at work, it's walking all day at work. I don't always get to do an exercise at night, and that's completely fine. That's why we put daily activity instead of daily workout, because it's more important to move your body than it is to actually put in a specific workout. There's a quote on every single page and a line to tell you how much water you're drinking. And then on Sundays, there's an extended reflection that talks about your perspective on your mindset the past week, 3 strengths, 3 challenges that you found with your previous week, no matter what area that's in. I kind of left that open-ended for you to be able to pick your weekly goal for next week or for the upcoming week. So maybe yours is to only eat out 3 times a week or only eat out 2 times a week. That's been the goal that I've been trying to set for myself. An area for a grocery list. Please name me another journal that has this, because I have looked far and wide for a journal that has a grocery list area and I have not yet found one. And I can't tell you the amount of times I have forgotten my grocery list on the fridge. So your journal is big enough to fit in your purse for that reason. This area, I don't know about you, but I like to check boxes off in my journal. And this area that says stuck to goal and then it has like an every single day box to check off is an opportunity for you to not forget what you set for yourself the previous week. It is so easy to write down a goal and then never look at it again for the next week. But what happens when the following week you're challenged to check off these boxes? And if you have no idea what your goal was from last week, you will never ever know how to tie that over, and you will never make progress because you won't be able to make the connection between where you've come from and where you're going. Your mantra for the week, which is a little quote that tells you how good you feel about yourself or something you want to work on. So for me, mine is, I am a strong communicator. Whether I believe that or not is not important. It is that I am saying it so that I'm putting it out there for it to be true. And then the last section is called Sunday Sunrise. And for those of you who have no idea what this section is, every week I have a Sunday email newsletter that is full of information that builds on this video, and it helps you just with information and inspiration to get you out of bed and motivated for the upcoming week. It's free, and every week I want you to remember what the topic is so that you have something to write down and reflect on or set your intention for the next upcoming week. These journals are 3 months long. They're about 8.5 by 5.5 in height, so they can fit in your purse pretty easily. And they will be on sale Sunday. I truly, truly believe in these so much because this is the exact kind of work that I have done for myself since high school. And it has helped me with my mindset and my energy and being positive, and I can't tell you enough how wonderful it's been for myself and for the women who have wrote awesome testimonials on it and who have real life experience from them. On sale Sunday, June 2nd on my website, 10 a.m. See for yourself how wonderful they are. And then my workout class on June 15th, which I will talk more about next week. So for now, the highlight is journals are on